Now that we've heard the Obama strategy, let's break down how the plan is actually working on the battlefield. Joining us at the map, Fox News military analyst and retired Army four-star General Jack Keane. General Keane, we have a week of airstrikes. You're up there at the map. We can see where some of the strikes have been. How much damage have those airstrikes done to ISIS?
Well, you're right. We've been at it a week in here in Syria. Syria represents the center of gravity, frankly, for ISIS. Why is that? Well, frankly, their command and control main command post is here in Raqqa, and their entire support infrastructure for operations in Iraq are in Syria. This is, in fact, a bona fide sanctuary. So what we've done in a week is we've attacked these oil refineries. $2 million a day is what comes out of these oil refineries for ISIS on the black market. Right here are the staging bases that we've been attacking that lead to operations inside Iraq. So these are staging bases for equipment and troops. There's command and control there as well. Raqqa itself represents the main command and control facility. We've attacked them. They've now moved into villages and towns with the people hiding there, decentralized, trying to conduct operations, now using couriers with thumb drives as opposed to communicating on telephones and radios and certainly satellites. Up here by Kobani, we've been attacking in the last few days to assist the Syrian Kurds in the operation here against ISIS. And then over here, as you mentioned, Chris, Khorasan is where we attacked, and also there's a recent attack here against ISIS in the eastern side of Aleppo. So in a week, we've attacked this sanctuary rather significantly in terms of the breadth that it represents. But it is just the beginning. The way we can tell if we're successful is we have to deny ISIS freedom of movement and take the initiative away from them to attack at will. When that stops happening, then we'll know this air campaign is successful.
What about these moderate Syrians that I was talking about with Mr. Blinken and these protests? Thousands of Syrians who are very upset that say we're taking the side of Assad. Isn't that alienating exactly the people we're going to need to fight ISIS on the ground?
Well, the Free Syrian Army, clearly, we're putting our money on them to be able to deal with ISIS. Certainly, it is a short-term gain for the Assad regime, the fact that we are using the Free Syrian Army and we're attacking ISIS. And that there's no doubt about that. Here's the problem the Free Syrian Army has. They really want to topple the regime in Damascus. And this is where most of the fight takes place, between Aleppo and Damascus, for the Free Syrian Army. We need them to help us with ISIS out here. That is going to be a very difficult proposition for a force of about 50,000. We're going to train about 5,000 annually. They are going to need some help. And you mentioned it, and that's the no-fly zone. If Assad continues to conduct strikes against the Free Syrian Army at will, it'll be very difficult for them to have any success against ISIS.
General Keane, thank you. Always good to talk with you, sir.